Number 1. Alligators in the sewers. This urban legend is based around households that take in baby alligators as pets. While a baby alligator may be cute and manageable, an adult alligator is a different story. Once the alligators started to grow to an uncomfortable size for their owners, they needed to get rid of them somehow. The most popular solution was to flush the baby alligators down the toilet. As legend has it, these alligators survived and lived in the sewers, feasting on large rats and even people unfortunate enough to cross paths with them. Number 2. The boyfriend's death. A teenage couple go out to dinner and the movies one night. They have a great time. They don't want the date to end just yet. The boyfriend suggests that they drive out to a secluded area near the forest and just sit in the car and watch the stars for a while. The girlfriend feels a little uneasy about this, but agrees to go. They get there, and after a while, the boyfriend tries to have sex with the girlfriend. She doesn't feel comfortable about this and asks to leave. The boyfriend says he will, but he has to take a piss first, and he leaves her alone in the car. 15 minutes pass, and he still hasn't returned. That's when the girl starts to hear the scratches on the car roof. Terrified, not knowing what the sound is, she locks all the doors and huddles up in her seat. Eventually, she somehow falls asleep and is awakened in the morning by a tapping at her window. It's a police officer. He has her unlock the door and get out of the car, but he firmly insists that she not look behind her. Curiosity gets the best of her, and as she gets out of the vehicle, she looks back at the car. Her boyfriend is hanging upside down from a tree branch. He's been stabbed several times, and his fingernails are slowly scraping against the car roof, making the horrible scratching sound from the night before. Number 3. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. A young man is driving home from work on a cold and rainy day. In the distance, he can see the figure of a woman standing by the side of the road. As he gets closer, he can see that she is very pretty, but is obviously drenched and freezing from the rain. He stops the car and asks her if he can give her a ride. She smiles and quickly accepts his offer. She is very tired and asks if she can sit in the back seat so she can lie down. The man says that would be fine, and he asks her where he can drop her off. She gives him an address and lies down on the seat to rest. The young man notes that she looks very pale and her voice is very weak. He doesn't think too much on it and continues on his way. The street address she gave him is in an older part of town and is pretty far out of his way. But she seemed pretty desperate, and being a kind sort of person, he doesn't really mind. He finally pulls up in front of an old red brick house that looks like it's seen better days. He announces that he's arrived at her house, but there's no reply. He figures she must have fallen asleep, so he turns around. The back seat is empty. Nobody is there. He is baffled as to where she has gone. Did she quietly slip out already and go into the house? It doesn't seem likely. He wants to get home, but now he wants some answers even more. He gets out of his car, out into the rain, and marches up to the front door of the old house. After a few knocks, an elderly couple answers the door. He is a little surprised, as he was expecting the girl's parents to answer. This couple looked far too old to be her parents. He explains that he picked up a young woman about his age and gave her a ride to this address. The elderly couple asks him what the girl looked like, and when the man explains her in detail, the couple sighs and invites him in. There is a picture of the girl on a small table inside. "That's her," the man says. "Did she already come in? I didn't see her leave my car." "That's our daughter," the couple explains. "But she's been dead for over 20 years. She was killed in a car accident on her way to a school dance, and you're not the first young man to give her a ride home."